Hello, people. I am trying my best to be more audible this time because I guess I wasn't very audible last time. And but I hope y'all have got the content and y'all have understood what it was really trying to point out at the final or the ultimate beauty tips. Walking on the same path. Today, I will be talking about the ultimate revenge. Now, this is an emotional thing that which we all have once or twice in life. Even the most pious souls at times, and the most calm and composed souls also at times, get into this particular uh, feeling of being betrayed or being mistreated, ill-treated, or not given their dues. Which is very when you feel that you need to really show or teach somebody a lesson. So this is where the basic feeling of revenge comes up in each of us, and each one of us is, of each one of us has been the victim of this feeling of taking a revenge, because we all have gone through this particular feeling of not being treated fair enough by life, be it people, places, whatever. Coming to the main topic, I basically, if I have to explain that how this thing of revenge happens, basically, or why does this betrayal in the first place happen? So a person who essentially betrays, or the person who essentially is in this process of I still wouldn't say that whoever does this does it intentionally. So there are very few people, that criminal headed people, who go ahead and think that I'm going to have fun out of people's tears. No, it's not usually that. It's a very subconscious feeling. People don't even know, they don't even understand that they are doing this, but it becomes a personality. So because these are the people who live with a life of resentment. So explaining it to you in a very very simple example. So say a person walking straight to his path is a child who's just growing up and who's just facing life. In this life, the child, when the first time faces a betrayal or a situation wherein he or she experiences someone's really manipulated them, or someone's really betrayed them, their trust is broken, and they are so emotionally hurt. Now, these are the people, essentially, I would say, that in the life path, when they were walking, they fall in a puddle or a gutter. Now, falling in the puddle or gutter essentially means that this person has had an experience wherein they have slipped, and they have got hurt, they have felt humiliated, and they are angry with the entire episode, that why did this take place? Because you were wearing good clothes, you were all happy, you were all in that basic mindset to go and achieve something in life. You were looking at a goal, you were looking at your destination, and now you are left in a very filthy state. What will you do? Sometimes you have to go back home, you have to redress, you have to regain everything, and then maybe head again. So it's like you again start from where you left. So basically you again start from scratch basically. Now that happens, and you are left devastated, and you feel, no, I don't deserve this. Rather, how could I be facing this, because I haven't done anything wrong in life. I was just such a noble soul. Agreed, we all are noble souls. We all want to just do our things quietly, without disturbing people. But we face experiences in one way or the other. For some people, experiences are very bad. Again, depending upon the personality of the individual, some people don't take it like an experience. They take it so much to the core that they start living in the life of resentment. Now, these are the people who, once after falling in puddle, they pretend that they started, they have really woke up, and they are started, looking at life in a very refreshed manner. But no, essentially, emotionally, they are in that puddle. So what happens? They are getting decayed emotionally, they are getting infected spiritually, because they don't want to get up, they don't want to clean themselves out of that. They are still holding on to the dirt that they were put in by that episode in their lives. Now these are the people who become so insensitive, because when you are too much loaded with dust and everything, you become very insensitive to the other people's purity, cleanliness, the glow, the charm. You basically see the whole world dirty because you are dirty. So these are the people then who start playing around. So they become those then who start playing around, and then they feel okay, then they become insensitive to others emotions, because they cannot feel themselves. and they start calling for help. They start pretending to be in immense pain and hurt, which is maybe not wrong. They are, but they are the ones who are responsible for this immense pain and hurt because they have not done anything to heal themselves out of it. So when some kind souls who want to help them, when some people feel that okay, poor thing is suffering since a long time, I need to go and help them. So these are the people. Now these people, instead of really taking that helping hand as looking at them as a ray of hope, wherein they can really restart their life in a much happier way, they pull those people also into the puddle that they are into it, and they make them also go through some hurt and pain in life, and they derive such sadistic pleasure out of it, and they feel immensely powerful when they make others go through the pain similar to theirs, and there is no regret. They don't feel bad about it. Now these are the people who actually can make lot many other souls who are so sweet when they were walking, somebody like them. So they start putting these ill feelings, these negative feelings of taking revenge into all the other people whom they have put in this pain process because they were in the pain. So this was just to explain you all as to know how basically this whole episode of betrayal in the first place happens. So always understand, when someone betrays or when someone causes pain, of course he or she essentially is a sadist human being, but apart from that, he or she is unaware. That person is completely unaware. They are blocked. They are in that puddle wherein they cannot see clearly the world with their eyes. They cannot see the beauty of the world with their eyes, and they cannot tolerate other people being pretty, happy, peaceful in their zones. So they try pulling people into their into their painful, traumatic state, and they love to see others being caused pain, and they become inhuman to one extent. And I'm not saying we have to get, we essentially feel angry with these people, but instead of feeling angry, you need to pity them, because they are emotionally and spiritually regressing. They are big time regressing. Forget the progress, they are going backwards, they are going in the negative direction. So this is the condition of those who cause betrayals and who are responsible for breaking trusts of millions of people around them. So the next thing that comes, the feeling that comes, after one is betrayed, is the feeling of revenge. Now, why is this revenge? So what is exactly this revenge? Is because when you're betrayed, you directly feel that someone has attacked you at an intelligence level, because somebody's made a fool out of you. Being fooled or being betrayed essentially means that you did not use your intelligence enough to protect yourself from getting betrayed or from getting cheated. So you start blaming your intelligence, that where was my intelligence? Where was my intelligence when I was getting cheated? Why didn't my intelligence give me a hint? Or why didn't I prevent myself from getting hurt? So basically you are so much hurt at that level, and you only consider yourself as intelligent beings because you are only focusing there, and you want to break that other person also at an intelligence levels. Now, as I said, if you focus on intelligence, it's a small part of yours. Of course, it's crucial enough in making our lives comfortable. But beyond that, trust me, does not play a very important role. But we are conditioned to give so much of importance to intelligence that we only want to take the revenge, or we only focus at that intellectual level. Focusing on intellectual level is not wrong or bad. But what is happening is it restricts your approach to even revenge. So if you want the ultimate revenge, I think this is a very foolish way to take revenge using your intelligence, because all those people who feel that okay, I'm very intelligent and I can intelligently do this, I can destroy the other person. To what level will you destroy the other person? So say if I am very powerful and intelligent, using my intellect and powers, I can probably bring that person into rags or to the roads and make that person pay for life. That okay, what you've done was so wrong, now pay it. But what beyond that? We are forgetting that we are just a small part of us is intelligence. There's a huge major part of us which defines us as a spiritual being. So even if you see the people in rags on road are also being fed, are also being given food, they survive. So they are survived. So that's not the way you hurt. Now, when you're doing this, you're only hurting that person at a physical level. Please understand that. Of course, there are a lot of painful, cries coming out of that person's heart. But that's again at an emotional level. What beyond that? The ultimate revenge is to make that person feel bad, realize, and get into a mode, irreparable mode of of putting themselves into the place wherein they know what they have done is unforgivable. Now, and because only then there will be the 360-degree change that you expect in that person. If you are expecting to bring about a change, because unless and until a person undergoes that kind of a traumatic experience, he or she is not going to mend his or her ways. Now, I'm not maybe wishing something bad happening or something of that sort, because you can't. Even if you wish, things cannot happen. You're not even that powerful. But only thing that you can do is patiently just surrender yourself to the universe. Now, what is surrendering yourself to the universe is like, is at that point of time when you knew that your intelligence had limited capacity, it did not prevent you from getting cheated. Why are you still depending on your intelligence to make you seek revenge? Now, at least give up. Don't use intelligence in the wrong way. Rather, use intelligence in rebuilding you up again, and surrender yourself to your spiritual being. Surrender yourself to that spirit within you, and I think you should just wait and watch and let the universe, let the cosmic powers take the control of whatever has gone wrong. Because in this world, it's one phenomenon which works perfectly balanced is whatever is given out comes back to whoever has done that. Whether today, tomorrow, after 50 years, after 100 years, in whichever form. It could be in the form of emotional, mental, physical, financial, whichever loss. But it comes back. But you as a human being, if you try to exactly give that person, so say if you have slapped me and I want to slap you back, because that is tit for tat in my language. But that's a very limited reach. What if you have slapped me with an intention, or you didn't have an intention at all, you just slapped me, but the damage caused was so intense, and I was a very poor, sweet, innocent soul who was left humiliated because you slapped me. If that is the condition, because now that depends on the purity of your souls, that is the condition, the other person might have to face for that one slap in the manner he or she has never even thought of. It could be that damaging. So say someone will just say, "Maine to masti mein, I just for fun I did this. I didn't mean to really hurt you." But boss, when you did that, you have actually exploited and you have made fun. You have mocked someone's purity. You have hit someone's sincerity. You have hit someone's divinity. You have hit someone's love. And if it was love, especially if it was love, it is divine. And if you have targeted, and if you have tried to play smart, act smart with someone's divinity, you have to face it. And that facing can come from the universe in such a manner that a human being can never do that. So when I'm saying that you need to wait for the ultimate revenge, it's like, when you start focusing on your progress and rebuilding yourself from the damage that you got after betrayal, surrendering yourself to the universe, that I did my bit. I did what I could do, my best, being in this relationship. I gave it my best. Now I don't have any control over this. So whatever has happened, I have just, maybe I didn't expect this kind of a reciprocation or the result, but I did my best. Now you decide what you have to do. Now here the universe will play its cards. When the universe starts playing its cards, it is so magical, so amazing, that even right now I also do not have enough words in making y'all explain that in such a beautiful fashion this whole thing will take place, that this person, whoever has betrayed you, whoever has made you feel humiliated and devastated, is going to go through a hell which he or she cannot even explain it to people. He or she might go through that particular phase that will have no cure, and that is suffering at a soul level. And when you suffer at that soul level, you are physically fine, materially fine, every way to the world you are perfect, but you are undergoing a trauma of your own which no one will realize. And this is the most difficult state to live with. Trust me, I deal with people with psychological issues, and most of the times when I see them suffering with the spiritual, in the spiritual manner, in that at the soul level, that in spite of having everything, they are undergoing tremendous pain and this restlessness. This is when you start connecting. There is something that this person is suffering for, something that they have done, probably not in this life, then maybe some past life or whatever. But past life right now we don't have any control of. But if you have control in this life, at least we prevent in again falling into the trap of taking revenge and doing some act which probably might not be good just to satisfy our ego. That's not going to serve us. We are going to go in that tug of war all the time. So basically the best and the beautiful revenge is to let that person realize one fine day at a soul level, and let that person's soul torture, trigger and punish him or her enough for that person to realize that what he or she has done was the most pathetic thing on this planet. But only thing that is required for this is to have faith. Have faith in the first fact that we are indeed spiritual beings first, and second, understand that intelligence is to use for progress, not for regressing ourselves, or not for putting ourselves into a place wherein you start feeling embarrassed, ashamed and not too good about yourself. So if your intelligence is bringing you unrest and it is not giving you peace, then I think this is the time we need to give it up. That intelligence is not serving me at a soul level. Here I don't have to use my intelligence unnecessarily. So with this I end my video. I would love to hear from you all if you all have really been taking revenge in whatever small or bigger ways, and how it has helped you. You might have felt very nice and peaceful by punching someone on the face, or maybe giving someone those cuss words, but what was the after effect? But when you really think that was the ideal punishment you gave someone for the damage they caused to you, that's one reason, that's one explanation I want. And if you think it was not enough, then are you realizing now that you shouldn't have done that? That's my second question. So please focus on this video. If need be, please watch it second time, because this is a little difficult concept to understand. But once understood, I think we will be at peace with ourselves of just not seeking revenge from anybody for whatsoever. So this particular power that we can feel, that fine, you do what you want to do. For me, there is a higher power to take care of me. So if you surrender yourself to the higher power, you are in safest hands. So just do this experience for yourself and see how peaceful you feel. Thank you so much.